finals, and indeed the bronze medal contest will be contested tomorrow. So we finish at the semi-finals tonight, of which there are plenty. Centre referee in charge of proceedings, and of course, as you can see, the Serbian, the taller of the two, Stephen. In terms of the tactical matchup, we talk about it often, but it's going to be about using that traditional Korean footwork in distance.
Exactly. Korea's been crushing it on the footwork today. She's fought a couple of tall opponents, and so this is right in that same lane. So let's see if she can keep it going, right?
Absolutely, and that's what she'll be trying to do. A warm welcome to you. If you're totally new to the sport, they've got sensors on the socks, on the bottom of the heel, and indeed on the instep. If you batter that home to the protector, you'll get some points on the board. If you go up to the head, it's going to be bonus points for you as well. And Sae-Young trying that short left leg on the inside. Good blocking from the Serbian. She's, of course, in red. Both of them looking for a spot in the semi-final. But most importantly, trying to book a ticket to Tokyo, as the back leg turning kick forces the Korean towards the edge. And as I said, if you're new to the sport, if you go off of that yellow hexagon, it will be a gamjom, which is a deduction. And that will, of course, well, a deduction that's added to your opponent's score. So that's what we're at. That's what we're looking for. And in terms of techniques, as we see a little punch land there.
Beautiful punch. I think she took advantage of just that little bit of a misstep, that opening round jitters, still feeling each other out. I think she took a great opportunity there, and that might come back and bite the Korean.
And trying to bite forward there with that headshot, just missing, of course. 3 points for a kick to the head. The Korean trying that. A punch of her own. Not too much pop on it, though. And it's 1 to the good for Tijana Bogdanovic.
Oh, again, it's that exact middle distance, taking advantage of the easy points. It's an easy mistake to make, especially in this high pressure situation. Grand Prix final, a lot of points at stake. People trying to secure their spot at the Olympics.
Yeah, as you say, the pressure creating the mistake, and Bogdanovic extending it to 3 to the good. A punch shared by both. No joy for the Koreans as the clock ticks down towards the end of what has been an engrossing first period. Certainly been a good one for Team Serbia. Last 10 now. The overhead camera showing the distance between the two fighters. But can Sae-Young, of course, the defending world champion, go the distance in this one? Referee will separate them at the end of this one. And for Team Serbia, Stephen, couldn't have been a much better start.
That's a pretty much a textbook start, right? You want a little bit of a lead. That way she can build on it, but she doesn't have to do anything crazy. She doesn't have to take any big risks. As you said, the Korean's world champion. It's one little mistake can cost you the match, and I think we're getting off on the right foot if we're Serbia.
She's getting off on the right foot, and she found the right foot into the body after that punch, which punctuated the start. But just a little bit on Dragan Jovic, the Serbian coach, to produce the first ever Olympic champion from that nation in any sport. Pretty impressive.
He consistently produces amazing athletes. Honestly, it was a matter of time, whether it was that Olympics, the next Olympics, or the one after. As long as he's in the game, he's going to be producing strong players, just consistent.
Well, consistency, the hallmark of champions. Who's going to put themselves into the championship final tomorrow? And of course, we'll give you the rundown and all of that, athlete reactions as well. Well, we mentioned the height difference of the Serb, standing tall as well on the scoreboards. 3 to the good. Open stance, a little hooking kick attempted there by Bogdanovic. Change of tactics from Sae-Young, a bit more aggressive.
Yep, she's got to close that distance and get around those big long legs, because otherwise it's going to be another repeat of that first match, or first round. And if we go up 6-0, it's a big problem, because Bogdanovic is really good.
And really good indeed. Punch just missing by marginal stuff. Trying to perhaps create some penalties. There's the headshot just missing from the Korean. But she's certainly digging into the fitness reserve, Stephen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if she gets just a little bit more extension on that punch, they're going to score it every time. Oh.
You were almost right.
Yeah, almost right. That would have been perfect timing.
That's it. Your lottery numbers almost come up, but the number doesn't come up on the screen for the Korean. And it's as we were. 3 to the good for Bogdanovic. Both just faking, intimidating, trying to draw out that front leg shot there.
Yeah, it's almost there. Bogdanovic knows Korea has to go. A great attempt by the Korean, not quite. If she had just committed a little bit more, I think she would have caught that.
As you say, quality plus commitment. And of course, the big spinning kicks create more points on the board. And the Korean could do with some at the moment. Not too much for the referee to do in terms of the gam jumps, the penalties. Cleanly fought with 30 or so to go in the second. Tense times, swing and a miss there from Bogdanovic, kills a little time on the clock. The Korean getting into that close distance, but to no scoring effect. Well, I mentioned that at the end of the first round, Stephen, it's been a good round for the opener for Bogdanovic. She'll be happy as well to kill the clock in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Korea hasn't even gotten any registers on the Serbian, so I think if Serbia plays her cards right, this is going to be another smooth round, and we might see her in the finals for the first time.
Well, as you say, the finals for the first time. It is day number 1, the last event of the Grand Prix series. And Stephen, I know you've been competing readily as we watch the Korean coaches. You fought this morning.
Yep.
Unsuccessful against Russia in Russia.
Yep.
And of course it's painful for you, but you know what it's like to be at this level, fighting in the semi-finals, getting into the finals. How much stamina is required now, mentally and emotionally, to get over that into the big one?
Oh, I mean, especially this tournament, it's top 16, so they're all elite level athletes, but to make it 4 and 5 matches deep, it's 100% a mental game. Who's going to be mentally tough and stay after it the whole day?
Well, the wise words of Stephen Lambden, our expert analyst in this one, giving us all the information. But finding the scores on the board, as you can see for yourself, the Serbian has the advantage. Sae-Young of Korea trying to use that front leg, being a little bit more aggressive, trying to fake and intimidate. The Serbian too wise.
Wonderful attempt, wonderful attempt. She knows Korea has to come in, so might as well take the easy points if she's going to give them. Curious to see if there's going to be a pace change going into this last minute, because right now this conservative effort, wonderful attempt by the Korean, trying to take a little bit of advantage of a distance mistake there, but again, there's got to be a pace change if we're going to make something happen.
And I think it's quite an interesting one just to point out to everyone watching at home. This is of course the Olympic qualifiers. Tijana Bogdanovic in red is on the verge of might not go, but the Korean is definitely going. The category is definitely going for Korea. She doesn't need to win to qualify the spot, but of course you know how competitive the Korean team is. She has to show her best in this one.
Yeah, nobody, at the end of the day, everybody wants to win.
Sure.
Right? It doesn't matter if she's already in, you still want to be Grand Prix final champion at the end of the day.
Who's going to be the finalist at the end of this day? It looks, for all the will in the world, as if it's going to be Serbia at the moment. Sae-Young hasn't quite got out of second gear as yet. There's the headshot attempt, a good block there from the Serb.
Wonderful, wonderful follow by the Korean to stay in the game. If she had gone up 5-0, the game was over. She's still in it. All she needs is one easy shot to the chest guard. Easy being relative, of course.
Of course, easier said than done.
Yeah.
Tries to land that little body shot, as you mentioned. 2 points of a gap. Tries again with the headshot. So close into the last 20.
Yeah, I think we go back to the well. We try it again. We close with that punch and we go straight to the head. It's working. Go back for it.
Can she do just that? Needs the response in quickly. Bogdanovic very much in defensive mode here. This for a spot in the Grand Prix final. The Serb needs this one to secure a spot at the Tokyo Olympic Games. This will give her the chance. We will see her tomorrow. Top class effort for Team Serbia. Sae-Young will battle it out for bronze. But in terms of textbook finishes, Bogdanovic must be delighted, Stephen.
Oh, that was, it's like you said, it's textbook. That's the kind of thing you work on in practice. If, okay, there's 5 seconds left, you can't give up any points. You're against an elite player. I mean, that's back to Coach Dragon hammering them with quality fundamentals. That could not have gone any better.
As you say, the fundamentals paying off.